Today we're going to talk about heartbreak, which is a really difficult situation that we've all gone through. And we're going to look at different ways to get through it, how to recollect yourself, and how to even use the energy of it to transform yourself so that you can have an even more rich and happy life. All right, well, today we're going to be talking about heartbreak, and I want to start out by saying if you're going through heartbreak right now, I'm sorry. I know that it is a very acute kind of pain, and you kind of want to do anything to avoid feeling it. So I'm sorry if you're going through that right now. There's a lot of different kinds of heartbreak. There's, not having an opportunity come through that you wanted. There's, disconnection in a relationship. But the kind I want to talk about is romantic heartbreak. There's something about that just strikes to the very, very core of us. And maybe it's just because we let that person so very, very close. And that's the beautiful thing about love. It gets a little tricky when it's time to let go. The first thing I want to say about it is just how important it is to feel it. What doesn't work so well is jumping right into something new. And it might seem initially to be a great solution because it keeps you from thinking about it, but actually it becomes a distraction. Whenever we have a death, which is what a loss essentially is, it's really important to feel it. It's important to acknowledge it in yourself and feel it, but not too long. Here's the thing is you can also get really stuck in it. It can turn to quicksand. So it's sort of a slippery slope that we all have to figure out how to feel it and when it's time to jump back into life. It's hard to set a time frame for grief, but it is important to feel it, and then it is important to have that part of you that kicks in that says, all right, get back in the fucking game. Life is happening. This is it. One thing that's tricky about the letting go process is how our brains kind of want to mull it over. What did I do wrong? What did they do wrong? Who's right? Who's wrong? They're such a good person. It's a lot easier to break up when you're angry, right? Sometimes it's not anybody's fault. And at the end of the day, it's not about being right. It doesn't matter who's right. It just matters that you're happy. And if you feel like you aren't happy in this relationship anymore, or perhaps the other person feels that they're not happy in the relationship anymore, at the end of the day, if you're not connecting, it's not good for you. It's not good for you. And we like to stay safe and we like to stay comfortable, but that's not always the best choice. An important thing when you're going through heartbreak is to ask yourself, what comforts me? What nurtures me? Who nurtures me? It's important to be around people who love you, who you love. For me, it's like spending time with my dog, or going for a hike, or going to the beach, or having drinks with some friends, or playing some music. It's getting out of my head. It's really important when you're going through a heartbreak not to spend too much time in your head. Listening to inspiring videos or music, things that will uplift you. It's very, very important to give yourself support. A lot of times we get into relationships because we feel like the other person makes us happy. It's not sustainable if we're not happy inside. It took me so long to understand this, but we have to actually be happy first. We have to have joy in our life, because if we latch onto a relationship to give us joy, we're vulnerable to whatever decisions that person is making. And then we get afraid of what they're going to do. It brings out a whole nother side, because the fact is we cannot control another person. And so to have them there as an enhancement to a life that is already a good one is the most stable, wonderful way to have love. It's an addition to an already joyful life. Nobody can make us happy. It's so cliche to say you can't love another person till you love yourself. It sounds like such bullshit. I always hated hearing that. But I think I understand why people would say that. It's because if you don't love yourself, you don't know how to ask for what you need. You don't know how to receive what you need. You're not available. And so it's really important to reconnect with yourself when you're going through a heartbreak. What brings you joy? And maybe it is a bit of distractions at different points, you know. But the important thing is to know that it will get better, that it will pass. There's been many times in your life leading up to now where you thought, this is it. And then life went on. And when you're on the road doing what you love and being your authentic self, you're going to connect with somebody new who's going to be more in alignment with who you are now. And that's worth it. It's worth it. So have patience and be gentle and kind with yourself. And know that it's okay how you feel. And believe that it's going to get better, because it will. You deserve to be happy. And you will be happy.